Hello Marvel Heroes fans, today let's talk about Shield Agent, which is one of the team up that every one of you should have by now because it is free. Let's just go through a story mode. So in this video I'm going to talk about where to get this team up, and also more importantly the power that this team up has, and also how to optimize it to pick the power, to assign the power points to make it most optimized. And lastly, I will also share with you the number sheets behind it. So for those who are interested in how I derive certain numbers, you feel free to stay on. All right. So now, to get this free team up. Oh, by the way, if you are new to this game, team up to Marvel Heroes is probably like a follower in Diablo 3 or any other games, whereby there's a kind of like a guy who just follow you and actually do stuff. And for those who haven't been have been away for quite some time, Gazillion has revamped the team up models. That team up become a little bit more useful, I would say. And you could use team up as a totally passive or totally active, or just active on demand. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. And to get this team up, you just need to go to the story, chapter 3 over here. All right, so you just need to go to the safe house, and inside there will be, maybe I'll just walk you through very quickly. And there's a time code, by the way, if you want to switch to another one. Apart video file. So I think you just have to talk to this guy here. Once you talk to this guy here, you get a team up by, sort of like, get a shield team up, which is this guy over here. And then after that, so that is your free team up. And this game doesn't really come with a lot of free team up, so that is really nice. So let me just go back to the hub to show you what the team up can do. So assuming that you've got your team up, and you just have to level your team up. As you play this game, the team up will. The mastery, by the way, is from 1 to 60. So the team up ability is being scaled by your hero level. So if a hero is level 1 using a mastery 60, team up doesn't mean that team up is really powerful. But also bear in mind that sometimes if your team up is really powerful towards the later part of the game, whereby you feel that the story mode can be a bit weak, right? So some of the objective target being killed by the team up may not be counted as your target. So something to bear in mind. All right. So now, so this Shield Agent is this guy here, and it's free, and it's very handy. So let's talk a little bit about this agent first. This agent, you can put it as full passive. So full passive is very nice. It's actually give you a 12% summon ally damage versus the damage rating. So it's actually better than Magic. I think Magic is similar, all these stats, but Magic actually give you the health regen, whereby I would just take damage rating anytime. So in a nutshell, this would replace the so-called my go-to summoner. If you want a full passive on summoner, you just pick this one. I'll probably do that. But then of course Magic has a lot more visual effect, all these demon, the leap on top and here and there. So yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you. But I thought I'd just let you know. So another mode is the companion, which is what I use team up for this day. Just totally active. Unless you are on raid, then I'll use totally passive, because in raid sometimes the team up may or may not survive depending on your team up gear as well. So I use him as companion, or you can use him as an assist, whereby as and when you want to bring him up and do some like really insane damage or better damage, you could do that, because sometimes when you do a terminal rush, every 30 seconds, or you can do one run, right? So you get to the boss, you summon the team up. The team up is even more powerful than the team up that usually is, so that will help you to sort of like destroy the cosmic boss fast. All right, so. And then, as for team up gear wise, I'm not going to go too much on it. If you position this team up as the summoner team up, now most summoners are ranged, and then we do have energy summoner, we do have like a mental summoner as well. But sometimes you want to foolproof the future, so you don't know what Gazillion is going to release. So I would prefer to get something like a range and melee and all these 3 damage type if I can. But of course, sometimes it's very difficult to get all these things, because all these are like cosmic version. So I would actually go for things that would help your team up, like when you use a med kit, team up gain 100% health. I think those are very useful if you want to have team up as a companion active. All right, so just some tips on what to get, but all in all, just pick something that's sensible. Like this one is quite nice, because like I said to you, as of today, I mean, even Squirrel Girl is a physical. So be as physical Squirrel Girl, or mental say Loki, or energy say Rocket Raccoon, you can use this one. So that's how I usually gear my team up, all right, just in case you are interested to know. Okay, so now let's talk about the team up. I think let's talk about the power that he has on the next bit of the video, all right? So in this part of the video, I'm going to showcase to you some of the powers that Shield Agent can do, and also advise upon which one are the one that you should consider maxing it or put sufficient number of points to it. So when it comes to the Shield Agent here, so I'm going to use it here a little bit. You can see, and he does his this is the main it's the main defender, which is rifle shot. You can factor into your calculation when you consider whether you should pick up all this power or max it or whatnot. So when it comes to the power itself, let's start with the frag out. Frag out is one of the higher power that you have. It's just a grenade that comes here that will hit the target, and after that there's you can put DOT there, damage over time, on it to make it like burn the target. You'll see in just a bit when it show you, see all this burn. And like I said before in other video, like even the Agent Carlson one, you just need 1 point in it because all the passive usually are not that great to scale up. And after that you can have the blaster as well, which is very much like the Rocket Raccoon. You can see a blaster there now. Now the blaster is a 10-second cooldown, 10-second duration, but in reality, if you really time it, it takes about 1 to 2 seconds for it to be destroyed. After that, it takes 1 to 2 seconds to deploy. So all in all, you lose about 4-second animation. Something to take note when you do your calculation. And then anything to do with the team up is a way you can just put it aside first, because that is mainly for the extreme conditioning half. Like if you want to use the team up as total passive, you can do that. But otherwise, you don't pick it for your companion. Then covering fire is another one that I think he does. Is like he's like this, and I don't know, I can't really see anything on that. And after that, you can have the shotgun agent, which will come down from the sky. I hope it won't block the way this time. Sometimes it blocks the way, so it comes down here and start the it doesn't hit it because it's just it's a bit dumb, the whole path thing here. It doesn't really get to the right target, it just disappears. But anyway, and after that you can have the minigun agent, which will come down as well. Minigun is okay, so this is the minigun one, and it managed to shoot because it managed to deploy somewhere near the target, but I think this one this one get blocked, so it can't do anything. But anyway, then the last one is the signature here. Signature is unlike the so this was signature. He put like a stick on the ground, but unlike the Agent Carlson, which is nice, see a nice car, turning around and whatnot. You can't really see it here. And also, I do not know how big the radius is because I can't really see it. So you have to kind of experience it. Is it really worth it? Because this guy is usually at range, and does it really hit it? Kind of thing. So it's something that to think about. So now, this part, the next part of the video is really about which power should you be putting to max and so on, because I think that is more relevant. Let me just take away all this noise first. So when it comes to the whole, when I analyze the power, you realize the minigun agent is actually one of the highest DPS. So normally you would like to, because every point you want to convert into DPS, so you want to convert points at the DPS that worth the most to you if you want to get the max damage output from your shield team up. And then I would say that the next one is really the frag out as well. All right, frag out is interesting. Now between the shotgun agent and the signature is actually very similar between the two. But the good thing about signature is usually has a nice burst damage to it, burst component to it. But then again, you also have to think about is it hitting the right stuff? Because if it bursts on some mobs or bursts while you're walking to somewhere, it doesn't really do anything, does it? So team up is not that smart, but if you are just standing there, on the boss, you'll probably hit it. But like I said, just be mindful about the range of this thunder stick. Just observe from there, because it may or may not hit the target at range. I hope it does, but but I would say, I would say max this one, but then put the remaining point this one. It doesn't really matter too much when it comes to the extra 3 points. All right. So I would probably prefer to have some kind of like burst damage rather than another kind of like very minimal layer. So that would be the configuration I would recommend if you want to get the max out from this whole team up. All right. So the next bit is really, last bit is really about going through the numbers and show you what this team up can. How I derive all these numbers and so on, all right? And onto the numbers, it's actually something that you probably have seen it before many times, millions of times, gazillion of times. So, and I always start with the basic, which is the rifle shot that you can't rank it up, but that is the kind of DPS you are trying to compete against the targets, and sort of like so you know every second it takes up so much, so you know you use it to evaluate the animation whether it's working or not. That's what it is. So you look at frag out. So usually what I do is that I look at the rank 1, rank 5, 10 and 15, just extrapolate. So you know, as I said before, if you put 1 point, you already get half of the benefit. If you put 15 points, then you get full benefit. So 1 point is not bad at all, really, in all honesty. And then you factor in the cooldown and so on. So of course the first rank DPS is very high, but then the second rank above is sort of like it tail off because the more point you get, you know, sort of like if you look at it from that perspective. But the change is incremental. It's just that the first point get you half of the benefit, so that's what it is. So you look at all these DPS beyond the first point. You know, what's the I usually calculate what's the DPS per rank 2 and above, because rank 1 you get the half the maximum, then after that rank 2 and above you get incremental, and it's always the same number that being added. So I always use this number to compete with each other. So no, I shall not max out certain, you know, because like I said before, I convert points into, you know, DPS, so I would like to make sure that my point will harvest into something higher, right? But I mean, you know, there's always other things like, you know, is it going to be an area, is it going to be range, melee, and so on and so forth. But you know, something that you could judge it yourself. But frag out is one of the highest. Then after that, this is a DOT layer on top. Then the blaster need to get a little bit of modeling, because I kind of time it myself and say I sort of like observe 36 shots in 24 seconds, and after that I just fit into my model and it gives me some numbers here. And the covering fire is one that is pretty low. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know why it's pretty low, but anyway, the minigun agent, like the Agent Carlson, is actually one of the highest one, so that is cool. And after that you have the shotgun agent as well, and the Thunderstick is the one that's signature. In like I said before, I mean, the signature is not really that high. So if you look at summary, this is what the summary is. In summary, you want this high. I mean, you know, every point you assign will be converted in DPS should you choose certain power. So, you know, of course, you want to put 15 points in the minigun agent, because you can convert 520 into your DPS, overall DPS. So I would say, yeah, I mean, you know, minigun agent is go for it, and then frag out, go for it. But between the shotgun agent and Thunderstick, like I mentioned, is very, very minimal. The rest is just 1 point to it. All right. So I hope this video is useful, and you know, this is one of those team up that I sort of like, you know, it's kind of interesting to, yeah. So I think it does hit, by the way, the 600 odd. So it does have a good range. So I think that is a good decision. And now it's a good positioning, because now you can see all the agents that's hitting the target. And I mean, they are actually doing pretty decent DPS depending on your team up gear as well. So yeah, so that's the end of the video. It's all about the team up, and if you have other requests and so on, I'll try to accommodate, because I don't really have a lot of team up as well, but I try to focus on team up that everybody, you know, should be able to get a hand on. So I've got video on the Iron Man team up, as well as the Agent Carlson team up, so as well as I think Thor as well. So just check those things out. After a while, it becomes quite easy for you to actually figure out things by yourself. Alright, so till the next time we see each other, goodbye and enjoy. I think it's an Odin event right now, so yeah, get more. May Odin bless you. Bye bye.